Let's see, February, March, April. I think we brought in like 2,500 associates through those 3 months. And obviously an extreme boost of recruiting. Now I want to give you guys, this is cool because I've actually like only given this background like one time before in front of a room. And so it's always cool because like you get to hear the story behind the story and see what actually triggered the actual momentum and excitement. And so last year, they had a really cool trip to Atlantis. The organization got to go. Now, some of us qualified, but there's this thing called retention, and unfortunately, we just weren't there. And so, we actually, while everybody was in Atlantis, we had a team meeting of sorts where, you know, John and Elizabeth Gardner really brought all their organization leaders together. And, you know, they kind of showed us some numbers that were just really eye-opening. And I don't have anything to really write down for you guys, but if you're taking notes, write this down. So we did these numbers were based off of 100 associates coming into your business in a month. Now you could do like 10 associates coming into your business a month, but we're just based off of 100, right? So I just want you to understand the math behind it, okay? So we all understand that the level up that we do is you can either level up through 6 memberships or you can level up through 3-in-1. Well, this is solely just 3-in-1, okay? So for understanding purposes, this is solely just leveling up through 3-in-1. So if you had 100 people joining your business a month and your level up percentage was 20%, and you had that for 12 months straight, okay? 100 people coming in, level up percentage 20%, 3-in-1, 12 months straight. By the end of those 12 months, you'd have over 3,400 associates in your organization. Now, the company average for level up at this point in time was like 18-20%, right around that average. Now, think about that, 20%. Now, you know, when you use the percentages, sometimes you can be like, okay, that's kind of like on point, like 20%, that's what the company's doing. But then the Gardners put it in a way that made me kind of like go like, wow, really? Where it's like, it's 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. That's really not that great. That's really not that, like, that's really not good, you know, in my opinion. And so what we did was, if you took that same 100 people, okay, same 100 people, same 12-month period of time, but rather than having a 20% level up percentage, you had a 40% level up percentage. Okay, so really, you're ready? When you say from 20% to 40%, sometimes you'd be like, ooh, but really it's, you go from 1 out of 5 to 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 people leveling up. If you do that through 12 months, by the end of your 12 month, you would have over 17,000 associates. I don't know the exact number, but it was over 17,300 something associates in your organization. Just from going from 20% to 40%. And that's what network marketing is all about. It's not, you know, because it's all about that multiplying, that exponential growth. You know, it's about the numbers compounding upon each other and multiplying into so much more. And a lot of people doing a little bit of work coming together to create something incredible. And so, you know, that was back in May or June, late May, early June of last year. And, you know, it would just kind of, it was eye-opening because my personal level up percentage was at like a 17%. So my organizational level up percentage was at like 17%. And, you know, we're going through the summer. July was actually, you know, not that this matters, but July was like level up the most important thing. You know, we came out with Secure the Bag. I actually hosted a team call. I was so excited about the concept of Secure the Bag and like putting that message out there. I spent all day, you know, we have our team calls on Sunday nights. I spent all day Sunday. I probably called 150 people individually, personally promoting our team call, trying to get every single person on my team on that call so I could get that message across the board. And we had record attendance on our team call for like the first time in months. We had like, you know, almost 200 people on that team call. I came on that team call. We do our team calls on Zoom, and I put a little, I normally show up, I'm in a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. I put a suit on, a tie, and like I came to that team call correct, like ready to really share a message. And, we brought out that secure the bag phrase, which has really blown up throughout the company. And it all came from that one team call. It all came from that one idea of leveling up. And Frank Coyne, Matt Root and I's, mentor to us, and obviously our upline, he says if you can give something a name, you can give it life. And so we gave it a name, more so than just leveling up. We gave it a name, secure the bag. And we went to work and, we secured the damn bag. We really did. And here's what happened. Is my personal level up percentage is over 30% right now, but it went as high as like 36%. Didn't get all the way up to 40, but it went as high as like 36, 30. I would fluctuate between like 35 and 36% because, and that's really cool because we have like, several hundred people in their level up period, and those people actually count against the percentage. The people who are still in their period who haven't qualified, those people count against the percentage. So once you get them in, it's kind of boosts that percentage up even more. And so, you see the incredible recruiting numbers, and that was the concept behind it. And what we did with Secure the Bag was really the proof of concept. It was like, hey, here's this idea, and so here, it's so important. Now, here's the problem, and this is me being transparent because people who know me know that I'm real as it comes. Like, I'll let you guys know. When we ended up getting like 15, 16, 17 levels deep, the message went from leveling up is the most important thing to do whatever it takes to level up. You know what I'm saying? And, when you have 1,000 people joining your business a month, 250 people joining your business a week, 30 to 50 people joining your business a day, the message can get skewed, especially when it's happening in 35 to 40 different states across the country. And so it's an incredibly exciting thing. It really is. But if the message isn't spot on, it can get messy. You can get messy really quick. Because so many things can happen way out of your control. You can have somebody come in who you've never even met, and then you can have somebody completely build the business the wrong way for a month and then quit, and you didn't even know that person ever existed, right? And so leveling up is, you can see how important it is. You can see how important it is, but it wasn't enough of a message. And see, the company put such a huge focal point around leveling up. They put all the money in it, right? And our team put all the focus on there, and it was great, but there was something missing. Because a lot of people were leveling up, coming in, leveling up, and then that was that. And so that happened a lot, and so we had a lot of people come in, make a bonus, good to go. There was nothing past that. And so when they switched up the compensation plan recently, you guys know at the beginning of April, they switched the bonus incentives and things of that nature. My organization, really what happened is people got confused. Because things changed. And TJ said this last night, a confused mind does nothing. And so, there was this point where, for myself, I was sitting there and I was like, how do we rebrand the message? How do we, because when we looked at Secure the Bag and leveling up, what we really did is we looked at the compensation plan, what the company was asking for. What are they asking for right now through the compensation plan and through the incentives? What are they incentivizing us to do? And what they incentivized us to do was get people to level up. And so then we said, okay, well, what are they doing now? Well, now it's all about PCQ. Everything in our compensation plan is centered around Performance Club, and it always has been, but it was just harder to see that with all the focus on leveling up. And so we've rebranded the message throughout our team, and this is something that we are hitting on the head so much, because there is so much. So basically, because some people feel as though that that 360 bonus went to a 180 bonus and some of that thing. And so people are like, oh, they're taking the money away. And really, no. They've actually put more money into the compensation plan, but what they did is they moved it to the places where they're trying to incentivize leaders.
Yes.
And they're not trying to incentivize somebody joining the business, making $1,500 in a month and then leaving month number 2.
Exactly.
Because those people hurt all of us. And the company's looking out for us because it might seem all fun and good and people are making money, but then when you have people who earn $1,500 and then quit, and then all their memberships quit, and you're stuck with the chargebacks and the retention, and you never even knew who those people were, that's not fun.
It's not.
And so the company geniusly restructured the compensation plan to an even better way for us. And so what we had to do is we had to stop being confused about what to do now, and we just had to rebrand the message that was going out to the organization and really figure out where are they putting all the money. Where is the money? Because it's still there, and they've actually put more in it. But this is the conversation that I've been showing people, and because I feel like this isn't hit on enough, simply because it's people aren't training on it enough. People aren't speaking about it enough. We don't even talk about it inside of our presentation because there's too many FAQs, frequently asked questions about it. We don't even really go into detail about Performance Club in our business briefing. But at the end of the day, that's where everything is now. And so if we're not having this conversation with our teams on a consistent basis and really driving this into people's minds, we're messing up. And so this is what we've been doing. So show me the money, how to get excited for Performance Club. Because at the end of the day, guys, let me be transparent and honest.
It's not sexy.
Yeah, it's about making it sexy. That's huge right there. It's about making it cool. See, Secure the Bag made leveling up cool. Secure the Bag. It made it cool, and like everybody caught on to it to where it became a company-wide thing. Performance Club right now is kind of a drag.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just not exciting. It's a conversation that people are always having, but people are never having it the right way. And if you really want to evoke motion from people, you really want to create something, you need to attach emotion to the motion. You have to get people excited about what it is you're trying to get them to do. If people can't get excited about Performance Club, then it's not going to be something that they make a priority. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
And so this was for me. I got really excited about this. And this is why. Because all of our leaders were focusing on earning a $10,000 bonus. You guys remember the $10,000 bonus?
Yeah.
One-time $10,000 bonus? I got excited because I realized that this is the opportunity to create a $10,000 non-chargebackable, advanced recoverable bonus every single month. And it might take a little bit longer than 3 months. It might take a little bit longer than 3 years. But if we can build a business in that direction, and we can build an organization that, 10 years from now is simply giving us a $10,000 bonus month after month after month after month in Performance Club money, not in commissions, not in overrides, not in residuals, but in Performance Club money, that's exciting.
Yes.
And so that's what we started talking about. So, let's talk about Performance Club really quickly, right? You Performance Club qualify your first month, also known as leveling up, right? You level up your first month. That's a $180 bonus for you, plus a $180 bonus for the recruiter. Now, month number 2, you Performance Club, that's $90. Now, this is huge for recruiters, sponsors. I've personally brought in 6 people who have hit and achieved the rank of executive director. Personally sponsored 6 people. And so I believe that the art of sponsorship is more important than recruiting. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that the second month these people get $90, but the sponsor gets $180 is provoking all of the right activities from what we want from our sponsors. Because we have, we don't want to just recruit. We want to recruit and train and teach and bring through the process as well, and then recruit and train and bring through the process as well, and then recruit and you know what I'm saying? It can't just be recruit. You bring 10 people in, you don't teach them nothing, you don't help them go anywhere, those 10 people are gone. That didn't do you anything. Now, this is great. Month 3 through 12, extra $100. Month 13 through 24, extra $300. Month 24 and beyond, extra $400. This is huge. This is a car note. After year 1, this is a car note every single month. Yeah. That's big. Or like Matt was saying, that's a retirement plan. You could put that $300 in an investment, in investments, and especially, let's say even if you're in your, late 20s, early 30s, wherever you are, late 30s, early 40s, that's a long-term investment plan. Incredible. And so, but here's the conversation I want to have with you guys, because we even hit on it. TJ hit on it, and we've been bringing it up. But people don't get excited about it because they're not a senior director, they're not executive director, they're not a platinum. Mm-hmm. Now here's the deal. This is why you need to get excited about not just being in Performance Club, but building an organization of people doing the same thing. Because we all know that, you know, this $135 right here is paid out to the upline organization every single time one of these bonuses is earned. Now that's big, because that's every single month. Now check this out. Larry Smith says that if you can have 15 people, you know, Performance Club qualify in your business every single month, obviously spread out amongst at least 3 legs in the right way. Really, it's like 5 on 3 legs is what he says. Then you will executive director qualify. There's no way around it. You will be an executive director. He's a Platinum World Council member, so I take his word on that. Now, what we did, just for simplicity's sake, and for the fact that we're all trying to go platinum and build to bonuses, right? We said, well, how about 4x4? Right? 4 opens every door, right, Matt? So 4 associates Performance Club qualifying on 4 separate legs. That would put you at the rank of executive director up here. Now, this is what you want to do if you're taking notes on this. You almost want to. I typically have a whiteboard, but I wasn't thinking about it. Write like an X for yourself. Write this line across, and then, you know, write down X, down X, down X, down X, and do that for all 4. And literally give yourself 16 slots, and you can even put a circle if you wanted to. Give yourself 16 slots to fill. You fill those 16 slots with people who are consistently Performance Club qualifying. That means you can consistently qualify as an executive director. Now, this is kind of just breaking it down and using Performance Club as your metric, as your measuring tool. And that's what's important. So, you know, and here's the cool thing is you might not have to find all 16 of these people. You might find 1 here, and that 1 finds the other 3. But it's all about identifying those people and working with them consistently. Because here's the deal: is like, you know, once you start having, you know, and I'm sure Rico can attest to this. Once you start having, you know, even 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 people joining your business in a month, it's hard to keep track. It's hard. Even at 25 people a month, it's hard. Because you're dealing with new people, new information, and it's the same message you have to repeat and regurgitate over and over and over and over and over. And it can become mundane. Dave Savula says that he, you know, I was watching one of his tribute videos, and I never got the opportunity to meet Dave Savula, but in my opinion, he's the best that this business has ever seen, right? But one thing he said stood out to me so much, is that he said, everybody is so amazed by all these executive directors that I've created. What people don't understand is that you have to find something that works and not change it. Don't keep doing it. Because what happens, especially, I can attest to this firsthand right now, once you start having success that you haven't experienced before, you start to feel like you have to start doing activity you haven't done before. And you get away from the things that got you to where you were in the first place. And so this is something that never changes. This is always the same thing. We're always training Performance Club. We're always trying to get people to fill their slots in Performance Club. And so, now check this out. You have 4x4. Now let's say no senior directors in here, okay? Just 4 legs with 4 people on each leg Performance Club qualified. Each time one of them earns that $100, $300, or $400 check, that's $75 in Performance Club money going into your pocket. Now this says 15, it should say 16, that's a typo on my end. But 16 times 75 is $1,200 a month. Yes. And add in your own $300 or $400 Performance Club bonus, that's $1,500 a month on the 7th of every month as an executive director in Performance Club money. And this is what's so cool, is that this is like the most solid way to build yourself an executive director organization. And here's the point, is once you have these 4 people on each leg identified, or maybe it's just 1 or 2, or maybe just 1 for right now, it's important that we keep up with those people. Because as we bring in so many new people, we're always trying to help the new people, but we step away from the individuals who are really already there trying to be consistent.
Wow.
And so rather than, yes, we want to keep helping the new people, but we also have to develop these individuals to help us build those teams. because none of our arms are big enough to hold it all together. We need a team of people all coming together and working together. And so when you have somebody who's 4 months, 5 months Performance Club qualified, it's more important to make sure that they're 6 months Performance Club qualified than it is to, start off a new person the right way. And that's just a personal opinion on my part. It really is. That's a personal opinion from my own experiences. It's more important to lock that person in long term to Performance Club. Because they say once somebody's in for 8 months, it becomes a habit, and they never, that's like 8 months of Performance Club is like typically when people just don't drop it after that. So for me, if I got somebody in one of these circles one of these 4 people that I'm monitoring, and one of them is in 6 months, it's my top priority to build the foundation. This is the foundation, and we need to be building the foundation of our businesses. And so as things continue to grow and get away from us, we need to make sure that we stay consistent here and making sure, we have all these new people that we want to level up, but this guy needs to be 6 months Performance Club qualified. And he's got 40 points to go, and he's not taking the end of the month too seriously. And as an executive director leader, I need to make sure that I help this guy get this message across and help him stay in this club, right? And so what's cool is, and then of course, right, the performance PCQ times 20, you don't know how much that's going to be. Now check this out. Let's say you lock this foundation down, you got those people solid, and let's say you go ahead and just double it up. Rather than having 4 per every leg, you have 8 per every leg. 8 Performance Club qualifiers across 4 different legs. And let's say you're the executive director, no senior directors below you. 32 times 75 is an extra $2,400 a month in Performance Club money. Add in your own personal PCQ bonus, $300, $400. You're talking about $2,700, $2,800 in a Performance Club check. When you talk to people about this business and what they want from it consistently long term, most people are just looking for an extra $200, $300, $500 a month. So imagine showing them a long-term, imagine this could be somebody's 3-year, 4-year, 5-year game plan, and I'd be satisfied after 3 years if this is all I had accomplished, and I was able to make $2,500 a month in a Performance Club check every single month, not including commissions, not including overrides, not including residuals, but just Performance Club money. And if as you build this Performance Club check, everything else is going to increase around it. The commissions, the overrides, all that stuff. And so zone in on that Performance Club check. Zone in on your team building that Performance Club check. Now check this out, obviously, right? Because we don't want to stop here. Let's say you just happen to have 15 people per leg, right? 15 people per leg, PCQ. $4,500 a month. Now, because here's the deal, right? At the end of the day, we're trying to build leaders. We want to develop leadership. We're not just trying to, we don't want our people to, we want our people to bare minimum PCQ. Someone said it's the minimum. We want our people to do the minimum. We want to make sure that we're helping them do that. Especially identifying the people who have been in 4 or 5 months is massive, because those people, as leaders, we let those people slip through the cracks. How many times have you had somebody in your business who's been Performance Club qualified 6, 7 months, but now they're not here anymore? Because we were so focused on new people or new activity. I'm the victim. I'm not the victim, I'm the culprit. I've done it. And now I've realized it's like, man, we're trying to get all these new people leveled up, and we forgot about that guy who was 7 months Performance Club qualified, and he could have been 8, could have been 9, could have been 10. But I didn't do my job as a leader to guide him into that.
Exactly.
I didn't make it as important enough to keep the foundation strong. And so, but we don't want to just keep our people there. We want to help them grow, right? And so we want to grow leaders. So eventually, you'll get to the point where, let's say you had 20 people per leg Performance Club qualified, because each executive director is trying to build their own 4 legs. The people who you're trying to build up to that next level, they're trying to mimic this right here. You're teaching them to do this. You're not just teaching them to be one of your little pawns in your game. I'm not teaching my team to just be this guy, right? Hey, I need you to fill this slot on my sheet. No, I need you to be him.
Exactly.
And you need to fill your own sheet.
Yeah.
Okay? And for each person, you're not just, some little pawn in my game. This is your business, and we're here to take it serious. And so, obviously as you identify those leaders and you go through and you teach this same concept and these same principles, and you have them focus on their Performance Club check. And here's the important thing, is don't be afraid to give up the Performance Club money. Don't be afraid to have this person go executive director and lose out some of it on your Performance Club check, because now it becomes his Performance Club check. But here's what's cool, because what we want to focus on is we want to focus on helping this person take your Performance Club check, and this person, and this person, and this person, because eventually you help those 4 become executive directors, now you become a platinum. Yes. And even though these individuals are now earning that $75 off every single Performance Club person in their business, you're earning $60 off every single person in their Performance Club business. Now check this out. Because from here to here, how much does the Performance Club check bonus increase?
300.
$300. So it's not, what we have to focus on is, what we realize is that it's more important to focus on getting these people paid, because when we can hold this position for 5 years, stop worrying about this person cutting you off, which is what nobody worries about this right now because nobody's training on this, and so nobody's teaching this. So this isn't a fear that anyone's having, but a fear that people will naturally have, because this is human instinct. When they only have one leg, that's producing at this level, they'll be afraid of this person becoming executive director, because now they're like, oh, well, I'm going to lose my Performance Club check. Dumb. Dumb. Let it go. You might not be gaining too much in the Performance Club check, but when you have that consistent leader and that consistent action, and you can actually maintain the Platinum Executive Director position, and not just that, but you have empowered people. Now here's the whole point, is because you're not going, Platinum is you cannot just, you got to build these you got to take each person, Performance Club qualified, and be consistent and be serious about it, because 5 years is a long time. It is a long time. And that money is worth it, but it's a long time. And this person might have a hard time staying executive director, but it's gonna be easier for him to keep those 15 people all PCQ'd. And we identify these individuals. This is something I've begun to do. If you've been Performance Club qualified in my business 4, 5, 6 months, you are now top priority. You are sitting your name is on my whiteboard. Out of the 5,000 associates I have, if you've been Performance Club qualified over 5 months, you are now on my whiteboard. You have now become a priority to me, not because of the incredible rank that you hit, but because of the consistency that you've shown.
Yeah, I love it.
Because I have people, I'd rather, that's a story for another day. So these people don't want to just stay at executive director, right? So allow yourself to dream here for a moment, because a lot of people, they start to look at these numbers, and I don't want to say a lot of people, but my assumption of a lot of people is that and I don't like to assume, that's one of the core non-agreements that we shouldn't do that, but somebody could look at this and become cynical because they don't believe it's possible for them. And so I want to try to help you steer away from that. But check it out, because these people, they want their $1 million check too, right?
Yeah.
And we want to empower our people, right?
Yeah.
So check it out. If you happen to go help them go become bronze, and you're the platinum over 4 bronze executive directors, and let's say that you have 4 people who want to go silver. Let's say you have 4 people who want to go gold.
Wow.
Allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to dream, because here's the deal, guys. This is, if you build this principle of consistency long term, you have to build that in the foundation. And so if you build it as strong in that foundation of people, like I said, we had an executive director call 25 qualified EDs on one call. And for me, I'm on that call. These are my 25 qualified executive directors, and I'm thinking to myself, if every single person in my organization quit today, and I had to deal with chargebacks up the butt, and I had to deal with bad retention for a year, but these 25 people were here, I'm good.
Wow.
Long term, I'm good.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Those 25 people are solid people.
Wow.
and that foundation is solid. And so we have to have that long term, right? And so if they happen to all go platinum, what happens? We're not going to lose platinum. What's going to happen is we're going to take over Platinum World Council, have majority of the board, and we take over the company.
Come on now.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yes. So that's just a fun question. So the question is, how much do you want? That's the question. How much of that do you want, right? So that's a fun little PowerPoint that I had fun putting together randomly.